So to start things off, it's been a few weeks since you won the Cross-Country Baja Middle East Cup. Has it fully sunk in yet that you're already an FIA champion this early into your career?
Um, it did sink in, especially after going to the FIA ceremony, because I've been seeing it for a while. So actually being there was really cool with all the other champions. And yes, it's being an FIA champion was is pretty nice to hear. And yeah, it's a really good feeling.
So how would you describe the award ceremony? Like, how was it?
Oh, it was really cool. I saw a lot of people that I watch and been watching for a while. So actually seeing them in person was I had to relax and not make a fool of myself. But I think it went really good, and I had a lot of fun. And I hope to go again. Like if I hope to become champion to go again.
So how special was it to not only win the championship, but to do it in your hometown of Dubai?
It was Dubai. It was really difficult. It was one of the hard rallies of the year. But having the last rally in Dubai, my home, was really special for me. And I got to celebrate with my team, and so it was a really good experience.
So this year's Dakar route is a lot longer and more challenging than in previous years. Does that add like any sort of pressure for you, especially with this being your first time racing it?
Well, I did see Dakar is gonna be more difficult. I'm a little nervous, of course, not gonna lie, but it's gonna be 2 weeks and a lot of kilometers. I never drove so long, so it's gonna be really interesting to see. But I'm gonna do my best and take it day by day.
So has racing on pavement like in GT or NASCAR also helped you prepare for it?
Well, in GT racing, it's everything I would say is faster. So reactions is faster. So I think it each helps me and makes me overall a more complete driver. So yeah, I think each car I do, each discipline helps me each way to become an overall better driver.
So besides racing and testing, is there anything else that you're doing to prepare, like physical training or fitness?
Yes, I do physical training. I go to the gym and I go to a center with driving for racing drivers for mental preparation, physical. So, and I do simulator, which is mainly for circuit racing, but I also do that. And I prepare with the guys to learn more about the car because for that car is important. And yeah, that's about most of my training.
So are there any like differences in your training for sports cars versus Dakar?
Sorry.
Is there like any sort of physical, is there sort of like any differences in how you train for sports cars versus something like Dakar?
Well, Dakar is more endurance, I would say, and it's a more a mental preparation because of how long it is. So I hope I'm ready for Dakar. I've been training for the past 3 years for Dakar 2023, so I would say I'm as ready as I can be, and hopefully my training will pay off. I know there'll be some unexpected situations, but I'm gonna try to cope and adjust as much as possible.
So you've been working with your co-driver, Stephanie, for a while now, and he's raced at Dakar a few times. How important has he been in helping you prepare for it yourself?
Oh, Stefan is really great. I already had experience with two other co-drivers who was really nice. But Stefan, we have a really good cooperation, and we did two rallies together, which is not a lot, but so far we did really good. And after in Dubai, we had a crash, so he's a really good mechanic. So I trust him a lot if we have any situation that we can work together to get out of it. And overall, he's a really cool guy off the track too. So it's always good to work with good people.
And what other people have been your biggest supporters or mentors throughout all this?
My parents, my father, especially in racing, because he used to be a racer, and also David Vershetsky. He's used to be a racer in Bagheera, and he's like a brother for me. He's been teaching me in circuits and off-road, so he's a driver and engineer. So he's been teaching me all the technical bits. So I say he is the biggest mentor for me.
So you and your sister are going to be part of a pretty big group of female racers at Dakar, and there are quite a lot of those racing against you as well in your class. How does it feel to be part of this growing movement of for women in motorsport, especially at a race as big as this?
Oh, it's really great. I've been seeing all the names of the girls gonna be racing in Dakar, and I'd say it grew. It's really good to see, and would like to inspire and more younger generations, girls to come to this really great, well, motorsport in general. And yeah, it's a good.
So what is your main goal for this Dakar?
Oh, the main goal is to finish because it's the hardest rally in the world, and I never raced 2 weeks with so many kilometers like this. So the goal is to finish, and the result we're gonna see what happens.
So have you and your sister ever made like any bets on who will finish higher than the other? Because I know some siblings who race together like to do that.
uh, well, we never actually talked about making bets who will get higher, but now that you mention it, maybe we're gonna look into that.
So even though you two are racing against each other, do you also like how have you two also like supported each other throughout this entire process?
Um, well, we train together, and we've been in the rallies, we've been racing together, and we do most of the things together. Obviously, we're traveling, so different schedules, but she's been supporting me in my races because I also we do circuits, so we just support each other in everything we do, and it's really nice to have.
So once you've gotten Dakar out of the way, what are your plans for this year? Like, do you plan on racing for another cross-country championship or returning to NASCAR or anything of the sort?
Um, well, I think we're looking to continue rally in the season. Maybe we're gonna participate in the world, but I'm not sure yet. And for sure, I'm gonna be continuing GT racing in long endurance. And so far, I think that's the plan, but it always changes.
So if we look further into the future, what do you dream of racing in? Like, would you want to do Dakar in T1 or are there any other major races that you would like to try in sports cars or something else?
I would like to do Dakar again for sure. Well, I never done it, but I like to do Dakar in a T1. That's the big goal. And my big motorsport goal is to reach the 24 hours of Le Mans circuits. And in a yeah, those are my two goals.
Okay, so before we wrap this up, is there anything else you would like to add?
um, I think I'm okay. I
It's fine, I get
know.
it. Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I was just wondering whether you know about Alia's and also Yasmin's sort of background and how they got into motorsport, because that's a very, very unusual story.
Oh yeah.
They I'll let Alia tell the story because she wasn't like planning on doing motorsport at all. So Alia, if you just want to sort of
Okay, why not? Uh, okay, so how I got into motorsport. Well, first I played tennis until 4 years old for 10 years, and then I got an injury. And then 2019 beginning, I was with my father, going with him for meetings and testings. And then I joined one of the testings and decided to try driving it. I started with a big truck, and then since then we said it was good, and we continued from there. And yeah, that's how I started.
Even though both of those are completely different sports, do you feel that there is anything that you might have picked up from tennis that you could probably also apply to racing?
Well, I would say tennis is a very disciplined sport. It's very physically demanding. So I would say how in tennis you need to work very hard, and I would say that helped me come into motorsport, and yeah, the discipline.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think that's really it that I have to ask off the top of my head right now.
Okay. No, no worries.
Yeah, it's been a long day, so I haven't had much time to prepare for this, honestly.
Don't worry.
It's okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Alexandra. Okay, I think we lost it.
This is a bit awkward.